Hey, what's up? I'm Joel Madden, and this is Artist Friendly. On this episode, I'm talking with singer, songwriter, and the lead guitarist of the multi-platinum band 5 Seconds of Summer, Michael Clifford. His first single, Cool, off his new upcoming solo album is out today. Let's go.
That's my kind. I don't want no bad times. I don't want to have bad.
I don't know where to start because we've known each other for so long.
I know. But, it's been a minute since we've caught up.
Yeah.
So,
when I met you, you had to be 15.
yeah, some 16, 17.
Yeah,
maybe.
16,
Yeah.
17, whatever. Like young.
Yeah.
What's the stark difference in your life?
Oh, having a baby.
That's it.
It's like
Yeah.
easy. Next question.
Don't you feel like until you have a kid, you don't get it, and then you have a kid, and you're like,
Oh,
life
man.
doesn't start till
Dude,
you have a kid?
I like sometimes I'll hear people be like, difficulty and like challenges that I thought were like challenging before having a kid are all of a sudden to me like the most trivial thing.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
In the world. I'm like, yeah, working for 12 hours. I'm like, not a big deal. Like none of it is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like after having a baby.
It's like, when should we release this song?
Yeah, it's like,
I don't fucking
It's
care.
like whenever it's right,
In
that's
between
cool.
the kid doing
Yeah.
this and doing that, maybe?
During nap time.
When you're plugged in, there's certainly like different approaches to parenting. Some people like abandon their kids,
Yeah.
which is one. There's like two major strategies.
Yeah.
Stay in your kid's life.
Yeah.
And try
Or-
to like
or abandon.
and try.
Yeah.
Or like abandon your kid
Yeah.
and don't try.
I like
So,
to think that I'm trying to stay out of that second lane.
I chose to stay in and try, right? So I have
Yeah.
two kids. They're teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, but also they're like, with every stage, you're like in a new stage. But once you have those kids, everything else just feels like less consequential.
Yeah, totally.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. For me, I'm like, the things that come with life are like all great. And like, everything that I'm working towards this year and the things that I'm doing are like, big things and things I wanted to do for a long time. And like, come with their challenges and this and that. But like, ultimately at the end of it, I'm good.
Yeah, you're like, wife and kid is good. I'm good.
Yeah. I
As
mean,
long as
I'm
that's
like,
good, I'm good.
yeah, I'm like, everything else is like, I can just kind of like, even, I hating that I'm doing kind of like a segue thing, but I don't mean for it to be like that. But I named
Segues are good.
I named my album Side Quest, and it's funny because I feel like everything outside of being a parent to me is sort of like a side quest now.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. It's like everything else you kind of just do is like all these other little things. And then you have this like grounding base that just becomes your like, man, what's going on with baby? Like, what's she doing?
Yeah, and also it's like I care deeply about what I'm doing. I care deeply about the side quests. I care deeply about everything
They're
I'm doing.
not any less like significant or
Right.
insignificant.
But when you go
just
home,
different.
you don't feel like it does. I actually feel like it's the first time I could ever switch off
Yeah.
the thing in my brain that was obsessed with music,
With like doing stuff. Yeah.
the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, because when you're obsessed with your music, you have to be obsessed with your music to make, in my opinion, to make like good music and to go forward and try.
Totally.
You have to take it seriously and be obsessed with it. But sometimes when you go home, if you can't turn it off, it can drive you over the edge and it can drive you a little mad. And I think that when I had my kids, it was the first time where something became more important, period. Like whether it's in the moment or in the big picture.
Yeah.
And in both ways, like, yes, I need to work. I need to do things that make me feel like I'm doing something with my life. But when I get home, they don't care how the song did or the record did or the
Does
tour
not
did.
matter.
They
Does not
don't care
matter.
about it all.
Yeah.
In like the best way.
Can I watch an episode of Peppa Pig?
Yeah.
It's like, that's the, yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's
and it's
awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
I also was thinking about this. I saw something somewhere. I read something. I forget where. Oh, you know where it was? It was in the Robbie Williams movie. Did you see that? So he did this movie and it's like a biopic, but it's a monkey.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I
I've heard of it.
It's kind of wild because the monkey does some wild stuff.
I want to watch it.
But it's really actually like really cool.
Is the monkey a good actor or like?
Yeah.
Is that the vibe? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does the voice of it. I'm not sure.
That's cool.
But it's like they use CGI, so it's like a Gollum type like CGI character.
Gollum monkey.
well, like I can imagine like he had to wear like a bodysuit and shoot, and then
like Andy Serkis, like,
right. So, anyways, I thought the movie was a great picture of like what it must feel like to go through. I related to it in some ways.
Yeah.
To go through like pop success, like in whatever you want to call pop success. We both have experienced it. There's a lot of amazing aspects of it, and then there's a lot of crazy, silly, stupid aspects of it that like, and it's weird because you can't really have one without the other. It just feels like nuts. But his perspective on it was really like good. Anyways, in the movie, he said, they say you get stuck at the age you get famous. And I thought about that because I never thought about that before. And I was like, that kind of feels a little right. Like there's something that feels a little true to that.
That's interesting.
I don't know if I was stuck at 22, but I kind of feel like I was for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Because I would say that was about the age where I experienced fame. And it kind of hit me.
That's an interesting quote.
When I heard it hit me. Like something hit me. I was like, whoa, I never thought about that, but I kind of feel like that was true. And then what snapped me out of it was my kids. When I had my kids, it was like I got back to growing.
Yeah. That's really interesting. To me, I feel like when I'm with my daughter, I'm very much like an adult. And I'm like adulting, I'm dad. I'm like figuring all these things out. And then, she's, if not for me, there's other people who will help keep her alive, but I help too.
But there's a very primal thing there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But then as soon as I leave that situation and as soon as I'm like, working or doing anything else, I'm back to being like 16 for me. I'm like, I have this like switch where I'm like, when I'm with her, I'm like, now I have to do this thing and I have to be this adult and, this role model for her. And I need her to know how much I love her. And then as soon as I get out of it, I'm like, I like a switch in my brain flips and I turn into a kid again.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying
That's probably why you look so young.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
But
I'm trying to embrace that part of like, getting to watch someone, especially this, human that you love so much, experience all these things for the first time. That to like, and this is like very, obvious as a dad, but like getting to experience all these things that are like so trivial to us that, you just experience every single day. Like, I don't know, like she'd be like, oh my God, a water bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, put the water bottle down. And she's like, she just can't believe it, and like seeing her experience these things, I'm like, fuck, man, why am I so jaded? Like that is a cool water bottle.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. Like play with that. Just don't swallow the top.
Yeah. That is what I was always scared of.
Yeah. I'm like, just no eating anything, but you can like do whatever you want.
It's pretty cool though. Like they can have fun anywhere.
Yeah.
If we let
anything.
But I feel like rock and roll guys, like I do think that we allow our kids to have more fun. I do think that. Like, I think we're like less uptight in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Some ways we might like might not be, but
I'm pretty strict schedule.
Schedules are good.
That's my shtick as a parent. I'm like, it's
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's probably control issues. I don't know.
Well, maybe you didn't have schedules, so maybe you feel like,
I don't know. It's just I feel like I'm like I need her to be like on this certain schedule for her because I know especially how important it is for baby to be on routine and stuff. So I just
some structure.
Yeah, and I didn't have a lot of routine during my kind of late adulthood when we you know how it is when you get into this thing, you're just like you never know what's going to happen the next day or whatever. So I feel like I'm trying to counterweight my lack of schedule with like, look how cool it is to have a schedule.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think so. I think I if I think about all the trauma I suffered across my life from my childhood to then my career, there's plenty of trauma in there. There's like little things that like you don't realize until after. like that you try to counter as a parent. You're just trying to protect them from like what you think is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the record, how long did it take you to make this record? 10 years?
Long time. Yeah. It was like some of the songs are like, some of them are like 5 years old. And then some of them are like, you know, mixed last week, like finished last week. So it kind of like I was making a version of my album sort of before having a kid. And what's so interesting about this album for me is like, I talk a lot about being a dad and stuff in, you know, in person because it's, you know, clearly like the biggest thing in my life, but it's not actually like, it's not an album about being a dad. You know what I mean?
I didn't
like
get that either.
It's not that for me. So what's interesting is like I made a bunch of music, and then sort of like we did our last record, and then like when I sort of like after having, you know, after we had my daughter, and then I like came back to revisit it and sort of like go to finish it, I sort of was like, man, I like pretty much scrapped it all and like started again. And not because I wanted it to be about being a dad at all. It was just like, I think like having those experiences and seeing her like discover things and like learn things for the first time, it sort of gave me this like inspiration of like, man, like I really wanted to embrace things that felt really, really childlike and really, really just like based on nothing other than just like joy and like just fun. Like the whole thing to me, I just want it to feel like the most fun thing I've ever done. Even though some of the like topics are, you know, heavier at times or whatever, I feel like I still want it to just feel like something that like I listen to, and like everything I make, I want to look at and just smile the whole time. And I think that like when I scrapped everything and started again, I didn't go into it with the intention of like, you know, now I'm a dad, it has to be about that at all. It was just like I just wanted to inject this new thing of like, you know, when you have a kid, you just change so much instantly overnight. It's like whatever you thought you knew is just like completely 180 on its head. So like, I just wanted to feel like I injected in the new me.
Yeah.
In it, maybe.
Honestly, I feel like when I heard it, I listened to I got a link to it. Cool is out now, today.
Yeah.
So for the sake of that song. But what I found was, what I hear is, it doesn't sound like you're singing about being a dad. It sounds like someone who knows where they're at. It sounds very, like you're very honest in it. And like in a very like you way. Like it's got some serious, it's got some bite, it's got some fun, it's got some, but like it feels like someone who's just good with like, they're really where they're at. So I don't hear like, oh, he's a dad. I hear like, oh, he's like, he is somewhere in his life and he's like there.
Yeah. I think I just learned so much about myself through that experience that I wanted to make sure that like, you know, I was able to be self-aware of who I was in the music as well, you know, and I really wanted to try and like not be vague with things sometimes. Like I wanted to try and be specific on like who I am and the like things that I've, you know, happened to me. And like sometimes like it scared the shit out of me being able to like say something like bluntly,
very blunt
in a song. You know?
I enjoy that.
Like, and it was not totally out of the norm for me, you know, having been a part of a band for my entire life. It's sort of like the things that you say and the things that, you know, the lyrics that are represented have to sort of represent you as a group, you know, depending on like who's singing them or whatever, you can kind of diverge or whatever. But like there was something interesting about this being like, what's something that only I can say?
Yeah.
And like, you know, on Cool being like the guy who caught fire, and you know what I mean? Just like something that is like just me. I just found that was like a interesting point for me, that I was like, man, if I'm gonna experiment and try something on my own, like why not try something that like feels like.
It's nice to hear too, because it also is like everything that I love about Five Sauce. You each have moments. There's like moments on records that that are really like great, and then when I hear you, I'm like, oh, it's really nice. It's like, it's nice to hear like the singular
person
making music.
Yeah.
And it's good.
I mean, it's scary, dude. It's so
I'm sure
scary.
it is.
I've never like sung like, you know, I feel like people still don't really know my like complete voice.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's just horrifying that like now it's.
Yeah, there wasn't enough room on those records for you to show the range of things you do.
It's just hard when there's four of us and we each have so many different, you know, like styles and things that like everyone wants to see. And I love that we're at this new kind of avenue where like people can see us now individually for who we are. And then we have this like group thing too that like you can attach to that as well as the thing, you know, it's just fun.
But I also think that's part of like the band. It's natural.
Yeah.
This is where a band has to go.
Yeah.
Like a band has to grow and it has to like become at every age, every stage, every version, it has to feel like it's growth. And that's what I feel like. It's growth.
Yeah.
It feels like growth.
Yeah.
And I think that you're going to have a really good experience getting to like express yourself. Because that's what I hear on this record. I just hear someone expressing themselves and having the space to do it. Like if we were making a record 10 years ago with the band or 5 years ago with the band, we'd be like, you do that Michael thing right there.
Yeah.
You do that thing there. And then everybody's doing their thing. And you get to where you really only get to do like 2 moves.
Yeah.
And like that's it.
Yeah.
You have 30 seconds.
There's only so much time
to do
or whatever.
this and sing these 8 lines.
Yeah.
And you're like, you want more as an artist.
Yeah.
And fuck it. Like you should be able to go and make a whole ass record.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want and put it out.
And like what I love that there's nothing weird about it now between us. It's just fun to do. And like, you know, like the irony is I wrote Cool with Callum, you know,
that's cool.
Like that's the craziest part is the very first thing that I'm going to put out
Callum.
as me is like fucking Callum's a part of it too. I'm like, of course, you know, like of course Callum. It's Callum. So I just think that there's like, you know, that is what's so fun about how we've been growing and sort of like
that is growth,
like communicating with each other is like letting ourselves, like letting each other fly, so that's kind of sounds lame, but like you know, letting each other do our thing or whatever, and then like not being weird or it doesn't change the level of support or whatever that we give each other for it, you know.
I think that's the natural like growth arc. I think it's like, okay, when you're young, first of all, it takes a few years just for everything to fucking sink in and like you to get your head around.
And like the dust to kind of settle and be like, okay.
And then you like, it takes a few more years to get a little bit of like a real life back where you're like, oh, I'm a real person. I live a real life. And
going to the grocery store for me, like in the beginning was like the coolest thing ever. I just couldn't believe it. Because like it was like 4 or 5 years of being an adult before I actually like went to a grocery store.
Yeah, you were literally on a tour bus
and got to like buy something that you could like take home and like maybe cook. It'd be like, it was so cool.
Yeah. I know what that feels like, but like when you're on a tour bus for 10 years and you have literally every day is spoken for, and then when you have a day off, you're just your mind is
shell
numb.
Of a human.
You're just like, what do I do? And you're like, maybe I'll just drink. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean,
like,
what else?
Like, but then on the other side of all that, and you're like, no, I'm a person.
Yeah.
I can do things. And you go back out into the world. It's pretty amazing in some ways. And then you have some other stuff to work out.
Yeah.
Like, there's little things. And then you all start to realize like, oh, we love each other. We just need some time and space to like have lives. And then when you come back together, you're like, I fucking love you guys.
It's 100%.
It's great. But
you went through that too. Like
course.
the thing where you like, it's almost the thing where like when you have to hang out with somebody, it's like, fuck this.
Well,
you know, and then all of a sudden then you get the choice and you're like, I really want to hang, you know, like I miss you. Like,
yeah. But there is like this thing that I think like no one is supposed to talk about. Right? When you become a slave to the success because you don't want to let go of the opportunity. I'm the same way. And by the way, that is actually the right approach, like to not let up.
Yeah.
But when there's no space for like a human being to like exist in that, otherwise you're ungrateful complainer or whatever you are, it starts to become resentful we turn on each other.
Right.
because we feel like we're stuck in this like.
Yeah.
And then when we get some space from it, now I'd say like with our band, we had our moments on the roller coaster rides and stuff, but like we're better than we've ever been.
Yeah.
We all love each other. Also, like it's a group decision if we can tour because everyone has kids.
Yeah.
And like there's no resentment there at all.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what month is good?
Yeah.
Trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
And like we do figure it out little by little, but being able to step away even for a year and give time to someone you love, and then another person shows up, this little baby,
gremlin,
and then you get to spend time on that. It does give you like some really, I think it just gives you some like spiritual perspective that you go back to things with like wiser and I think better.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and like your chops on this record are good. Like when I listen to the record, I'm like, great songwriting, great singing. It's like, you're not worse for it. You're better for this record.
Yeah, and I think it really like it brings out the best of you because you're like, you know, you want to be the best version of yourself, and no longer are you trying to be the best version of yourself for you anymore or to like appease other people. It's like there's like a new reason to do it, and like the most valid one that you've ever had in your whole life, where all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm like, I know, she might never even watch this interview, but like, I want to crush this just in case, like it's my legacy that I'm leaving behind for her one day. So I'm like, if I say some dumb shit in this interview, then it sucks for her.
Yeah.
So
I think
hopefully
the same
that wasn't
way.
stupid to say, but
No, it's real. I feel the same way. I'm always like,
Yeah.
I want my kids don't listen to this, but they might one day.
yeah, they might
And I don't
stumble
wanna
across it
miss-
on like,
Yeah, I don't want to
Whatever.
misrepresent them. Like I always try to like thread the needle of what I can say about my kids without them feeling like I'm misrepresenting
right.
anything
totally.
about them. Because
Yeah.
the older they get, the more autonomy they want from you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like I want them to have that. I want them to be their own people, do whatever the fuck they want, and I just love them and I want to support them. But I'm also proud of them, so
Yeah.
I want to like gush about them and
Yeah. It's a fine balance.
yeah, it's weird. It's easier when they're little, and then when
Yeah.
they get older, it's like
I'm like, all I want to do is just like post her everywhere on
pictures,
social
yeah.
media. Just like my whole
It's
feed,
hard.
just run
It's
with
hard.
it. And then like every time you do, people are like, don't post your kid. Stop posting her. And I'm like, why? Like, I want to do it. And then
Yeah.
it makes sense. It's like, she might one day be like, why'd you post me so much as a baby? I hate this baby picture that now is escaped that I
Yeah.
like can't take off the
Yeah.
internet. And I was like, but I think you look so cute or
Yeah.
whatever.
some shit you just got to do.
Like sometimes I'm just like, you look awesome. It's going up.
And you're always going to be dad. So some shit about us is always just
Yeah,
going to be
she's gonna cringe it. Yeah,
like embarrassing.
yeah.
I'm
On like whatever dystopian platform
Whatever the
she's
next one
using
is, yeah.
in 15 years. She's
Yeah.
gonna be like,
that
3D
fucking picture.
holograms.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you can't help that. Are you going to tour?
Maybe.
Maybe. You got
maybe.
some, you're working on some stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe.
Well, the truth of the matter is for me,
Would you
it's
come
always,
and see me if I played?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The truth of the matter for me is it's always a maybe.
Yeah.
Because I'll say I'll do some shit and then about
Never do it,
the
or
ne-
maybe you
the-
will.
As soon as it becomes real and they're like, okay, we got
No,
this
I
out
told
real. I'm
you.
like, I don't know. But we're playing more shows this year.
Yeah.
We're playing like 5.
I saw y'all play when we were young, and it was sick.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, it
I
was
came on
awesome.
stage with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I fucked up the
And
lines a
then
little bit, but
I saw y'all play, and it was amazing. I watched from the front of house area. I was allowed in, finagled my way in, and
was it
yeah,
a good
you guys
from
were
the
awesome.
front of house?
It was great.
Oh, great.
That was
I'm
awesome.
happy.
It's crazy that like Luke's first show was a Good Charlotte show.
That's
And then-
crazy.
So, and not that I was there with Luke when he saw you guys for the first time, but even just me in the crowd, I was like, crazy that was like Luke's first show. And I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. It makes you feel old, but
I was about to say, did I?
no, you
I
know,
screw you on that? I'm
I
sorry.
kind of like being older. I kind of feel like great
That's
about it.
awesome.
I love my age.
You don't give like old vibes, so I feel like that's cool.
That's good.
Like it's cool to be able to like have stuff like that and
I'm
not feel
truly
old.
middle-aged.
Really?
Like I'm a middle-aged man.
Are you a boomer?
No,
like,
I'm
no,
Gen
no.
X.
X?
You're not
What's
a
what
boomer.
am I?
You're not a boomer.
Nick,
what's
what am I?
X?
You're Gen X.
Gen X.
Yeah, you're
What's
not
Gen
a boomer.
X?
Gen X is like 90s.
Oh, okay.
Grew up in the 90s.
I'm a millennial. Is that what I am?
You're a millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I give millennial? Me asking the
You're
room.
you're not Gen Z.
I don't think so.
Gen Z is bad.
Is it?
My kids are Gen Z. Are my kids Gen Z?
Yeah. Dude, you can't mess with them. That's the new army.
Gen Z
Yeah.
will destroy you.
What's my daughter? Born in 2023. What's she be?
Oh, I don't know.
Gen Alpha?
Alpha.
Ooh, Alpha.
Alpha. That's nice. That's a good name.
Wow.
That's
look-
hard. They might save it. They might come in and save everything.
Yeah, they could be coming through.
So I was reading about humanoid robots.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
And-
really get into the good
No,
shit.
so your kid is going to be in
robot.
the lifetime of humanoid robots, like
Mm-hmm.
real, like people that look like me and you, is like 50 to 100 years, somewhere in there.
Like
so
iRobot kind
I
of
think
vibe?
it'll be 50 years. I think they'll get there faster.
Wow. Yeah.
But then they said
then we'll get to see it.
Then they said like somewhere in that 50 to 100 year period, there's going to be like major movements for rights for AI,
robots?
autonomous, and robots and stuff, like for them to have rights.
Okay. Well, I'm all for rights, but
For robots,
well, I mean, we haven't invented them yet, so like,
Well,
should we maybe lay the?
the Tesla robot will be available, I think, next year. That's from what I read, and I'm gonna buy one
Yeah.
for sure.
What are you gonna have it do?
I would like the dishes, get stuff for me,
Yeah.
ride in the car with me.
It's like, yeah,
But think about it, like.
just imagining you in the car
Well,
riding
think about
with
it,
it, being
like,
like,
if you- if
that
you're-
was your day, and they're like 3, 2, 1, 7.
You're like, if your robot's in the car, it's safer, I think. Like,
Is it? You think?
I do. I think like you could be like, get out and go get like, drop this package off, or
What are you doing?
I don't know,
You're
like,
doing
running
Uber
errands,
package. Yeah.
running errands. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it'll be great, and I could have it do like
Do like an Uber package side
like-
gig. That sounds
like
cool.
chores around the house, folding clothes.
Just don't see it doing a very good job.
I do
like,
actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it'll be AI
To be
learning,
fair, it can't be worse than me folding clothes.
but it'll get better.
No, yeah. Like it'll learn and then all of a sudden it'll have
Or
rights and
just
it'll
like
own
if
the
it
house
was
down the
with me,
street.
if it was with me, think about this. If it went like shopping with me, like at
Yeah.
the mall,
That's embarrassing.
all right,
But yes.
right, and then I'm just like hold these, and it would just hold my bags while I'd walk around.
But there's always going to be that thing where you feel bad for being like
The
do
guy with the
this.
robot?
Yeah, well, you'll be like, hold this, and then they'll be like holding it. Someone will be like, what an asshole move! Like you're having your robot hold, you know?
Yeah, that's
I would think that,
so
and
that-
even though it's a robot.
yeah. So that's where you're getting into the robot considerations, the rights and stuff.
Am I pro robot?
You're actually like you strike. You're like very left. with
Really?
this.
I'm on the left side of
your
this?
position on robots is like too
Are
left.
you a right wing robotist?
I would say my politics generally skew left in general,
And then
but
what
then
about
there's
robots?
with robots, I would say I'm probably like a far right. I'm a very conservative.
yeah.
I want them
Wow.
here now.
Yeah,
I want,
they have to
like-
do exactly what you say.
I will have like 4 of them at my house. You will pull up, and there will be like.
Like a greeting service.
Dude, there'll be one in the freaking yard doing yard work. There'll be one washing my car and one like playing with my dog.
I hope they flash back to this interview in like this interview will be in like
I'm
black
so-
and white in like 100 years when it's just robots in
Yeah.
the world and it's like an example of someone who
And
like
guess who they're gonna let live? Me.
No, you're on the wrong side.
No, you guys are gonna get duped.
You think?
They're gonna get all the rights and then kill you all, and then
yeah.
they're gonna remember the people who started them, who got them started. Actually, I don't think they would be that compassionate. I think they'll just kill us all.
So then why are you
I don't
rooting
think
for
they have
them?
any feelings
Yeah.
at all.
Oh, you got to program them with some
But-
feelings, maybe.
I'm looking forward to that day.
Yeah. No, me too. Now I'm really excited.
All that
now.
to say is that our
Yeah.
kids are going to be the
Yeah.
generations to experience like those amazing inventions and stuff.
And suddenly I don't feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, yeah. So if we zoom back in on our own lives and our own careers, so insignificant
Yeah, totally.
in the greater picture of like what the world's going to look like
what everything is
in like, 50 to 100 years. But the legacy of your music will be
listened to by robots.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll hear that.
We'll be vibing out.
Yeah.
Be like, remember that album, Side Quest? They'll be like, no.
I don't know though. It's important. Like, I think the legacy that you have in music is really, it really is something that you have to like kind of dream up and imagine, like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
If the last 15 years or longer,
Something like that.
since you've been in making music,
Yeah.
were the backstory to the next 15,
Yeah.
you have a great backstory.
That's true. I didn't think of it like backstories.
I think that like that
I
way.
like that. I like that.
'cause-
That's very much getting into my like Dungeons and Dragons psyche.
yeah.
I'm like,
And I think we're taught in music and like in the music business, like we're only as good as our last fucking like hit. And it's kind of like not true.
Yeah.
And really not true. But then we hit these spots where we have to live life a little bit so we can make art again.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start making art again. And then like things change. Like, I just think it's like what you're doing is really important. And like a lot of people are just too scared to do it.
It feels nice to hear.
It's nice to see all of you guys from Five Sus doing different stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're spreading your wings a little bit and you're just like living your lives. And I guarantee you, the moments you come back together are going to be better every time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel too. Is like, we always use this like really cringy analogy of like, we all go and make like their solo superhero movies. And then we like come back for like the big Avengers blockbuster. And like, it's kind of a lame way of thinking of it, but I think there's no other analogy I found that's better. So if anyone else has any, step
What's
in,
lame about that?
I don't know.
I love
like
Avengers.
it's a little bit like, but yeah, for sure. Like I when we come back together, it's like, that's how we started. That's what people want from us, like
Not all bands have 4 stars.
yeah, I know. And I think that's why we've had such a complicated career. Not that I'm saying that,
I said it. You didn't have to say it.
Okay.
I said it. You don't have to
I
say
feel
it.
weird being like, yeah,
I'm a
totally.
star.
Like
I'm a big
100%.
star.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like you guys have.
We're all individual artists and we all
Yes.
have a say, and we're not just like, no one in the band is just like, along for the ride. Like none of us are really
wanna do
that
stuff.
kind of attitude. We
Yeah.
all have like fucking like art that we're like bleeding for and things that we want to like, have out there in the world. So it just makes it an interesting dynamic that I really like. I can't think of that many other bands really that have done something like that. And I'm not trying to say like we're like the most unique band ever, but like we have a very strange and interesting dynamic that I think that's why people have liked us from the beginning, and I think that's why staying together is like such an amazing feat of ours, because like there's the amount of bands who are like us are so small, and then if you say the ones that have stayed together, it like gets even smaller.
The group is small.
Yeah. So it's just, it's cool to be a part of like a legacy that for us is like not dead. You know what I mean? That's what I love about it, is like, it's not something that's like a thing that we had. It's like a thing that we still have. Like even, I don't think if you asked anyone 10 years ago when we started, if we'd still be here 10 years later, like doing stuff together and still with the amount of like love and passion that we had in the beginning. And I think that's kind of just what is still so awesome about it.
What do you think it is that's kept you guys together as friends and as a band?
I think that knowing each other before the band even like existed and being friends outside of that is like the biggest thing for us, like, and I think we all have the same attitude of like, we don't want to let anybody else fade. We make sure to like cultivate everybody's like lifestyle and like uniqueness. And I think that
There's room for everyone.
yeah, we like intentionally provide the room for each other to sort of like flourish.
And to get through like the darker or more uncomfortable or harder moments actually takes real people who like have some stuff I don't know. There's something about people not quitting on each other or running away from each other because it's uncomfortable or it's hard or they don't know how to say how they really feel. Or, like we all go through that.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, if we stay in it long enough, we actually do figure out how to like say how we feel.
Yeah. And I think like going through the things that we've been through together and being able to come out on the other side and like have conquered it together and like, you know, it makes us stronger as a group because we're like, man, if we did that, you know, this shit's easy, you know, figuring out a miscommunication or, you know, whatever. Not that those are common with us, but like that all of a sudden everything else is easy.
Yeah. Well, you're all very Australian in some ways where I'm like, well, you're also just kind of easy guys.
Yeah.
Like you are.
I don't know if I'm that easy.
You probably feel like you're not, but that's again, like I think you downplay in a very like nice Australian, like humble way, the importance of your band, but also like, I know how that feels. But when I look at it and I feel like I've had a really good seat for the whole like movie.
From day one. Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys have survived, you know, when I first met you guys, I was like fucking talented, cool kids.
Yeah.
Like nice guys. But you were young.
Uh-huh.
So the first thing you think is like, oh man, are they going to survive this fucking thing? Like, and like, you just know it as someone who's been around and been through some shit. You're like, some people make it, some people don't. You've seen it.
And that's what's so crazy is when you get to that point where like, now I look at people and I'm like, all the best. Like, I hope you get through this. You know what I mean? And like, it's crazy to have come out on the other side where like now I'm someone who can be like,
you can see that.
Like, maybe we'll do it, maybe won't, or whatever.
Yeah. I was probably around your age or a little older when I first met you guys. That's what you think. You're like, God damn, talented, nice guys, good music, good songs. It's coming up. And then I got to work with you guys and I was like, great. Like you guys had the stuff.
Yeah.
Like to survive. Like you really did.
Yeah.
But also you didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
And you kind of go like, man, but there's nothing anyone can do. You just have to go right through it. And like, there's a ton of good. I'm not saying it's all bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying like to survive in this career for a long time, it takes like this grit that's hard to explain.
Totally. Yeah. It's like a perseverance.
It sounds like I'm being negative. I'm not. It just takes, it's this weird grit you got to have.
Yeah, totally. No, I know what you're saying. It's like the,
not a life for everyone.
For me, it's like it's the eyeballs. And it's like the good eyeballs are why I do it.
And the bad
ones.
ones.
The bad eyeballs are what makes me want to run away and cry like a little girl.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But then you get on the other side of it, and the fact that you're here sitting in front of me with a family, a life, you made a record, you're like, that's a functioning human being that wasn't completely like just beat to hell by their own success and their own failures and everything in between. It's a spectrum. People only see the successes. They don't see all the failures of the things we wanted to happen or we worked so hard on. It's a big bag of like of stuff. And I'm not even saying it's good or bad. I'm saying it's like
it's just a
weird thing to go through. And the only people that understand have gone through it. And then on the other side, some people are like, peace, I'm out.
Yeah.
In like good ways where they're like, I'm moving to a farm. Some people are in bad ways. Like I'm out.
Yeah.
And then to see people who like can sustain a great career and then start, and then it feels like where you guys are is you're at the beginning of another era of the band and individuals. Because I'm seeing like the music, you're all doing different stuff. And it's like nice to see artists be artists.
Yeah. I think that's what's so scary for me is like, I feel like I have worked for, 10 years on like this one, like this is like my bad analogy, but like one game. I spent like 10 years on one game. And then like now after doing that for so long, it's like I clicked new game level 1. Like when it comes to like me as like trying to like put myself out there as an artist. And that to me has been like the scariest part because like, we've been doing this for so long, but like we're all still like young.
Yeah.
We're like the youngest old band ever.
Yeah.
Like it's quite daunting sometimes where I'm like, man, I don't even know if I can like consider this like a new thing anymore, because I've been doing this for so long. But I want, like, obviously to me this feels so new because it's it's like I've never done it before. So I think that's like been the like mountain for me to climb. And especially like when it came to like signing off on music, like I'm such a overcritical thinker and like overanalyzer on like every, you know, little thing, that like when it came to, you know, some of this stuff, and I was like trying to make, you know, especially when I was like trying to make music on my own for myself, I'd be like, you know, scrolling through like snare drums, and I'd be like, does that represent me? And then I'm like, does that represent me? And I'm like, dude, it was just this like cycle where like every little thing, I was like, what represents me? What sounds are me? And, you know,
analysis paralysis.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to like,
I get it too.
I had to like find people to collaborate with and like help me, like, you know, collaborating is all I've done my whole life. So I think when I kind of went into it being like, this is me, I want to like, you know, do it just me. And I was like I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Yeah. I was like, this is too hard. And kind of like a strength of mine, I like to think, is like bringing the best out of other people. And I think in some of this process was like bringing the best out of someone else so that they could bring the best out in me. And it was kind of like this. You're
also
little,
fun to work with. I had fun working with you.
Okay, I like that.
I feel like we always laughed a lot.
I hope so. Yeah, I feel like if you're not, then it sucks. Yeah.
Like we always had fun.
I hate like trying to do stuff where you're like,
I think that you're really, so I think hearing that, and makes sense to me, and I'm similar too. I think you're really hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. In every aspect.
Right.
Like there's not a part of my life that I'm not hard on myself on.
But, I bet.
When it came to like releasing something of my own, it was just like, you know, like trying to sign off on the first song. Like Cool was the first song that I was meant to sign off on. And I was like, man, the irony of the lyric behind, you know, am I cool enough? And I was like, you know, I remember sending notes back and forth and I was like, man, is that part cool? And then like literally like pun unintended, I was like, dude, I'm a product of my own like design. You know what I mean? Like
that's what the song's about.
So that was like the like fourth wall that I had to like break through on that song, was like find the place in you that like feels good about something and then just like fucking do it.
Yeah, get out of your own way.
Yeah.
That's a really that's kind of a breakthrough.
Yeah.
I think I think that we share some some qualities. And I've kind of always known this about you in the like best way, because it's what it takes to do great things, is like this ambition and this like need to almost like get it perfect, which we'll never do, but it's good to strive for that. But I think you're probably really hard on yourself and maybe even borderline mean to yourself sometimes, which I am.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm almost a couple decades ahead of you in this thing.
What, a couple decades?
I'd say
Come on.
like 16 years older or something
that's
like
not
that.
A couple.
It's like more than you know, on the better side of almost 2 decades, right? I'd say it's enough time to go like, what have I picked up along the way when I see somebody that's similar to me? We're both artists. We're both singers. We're both write songs. We both have families. We're similar, I think, in our aspirations are we want to do like cool shit. We want to make good shit.
Yeah.
And like build a legacy we're proud of, not at any cost. I want to know my kids and I want to be married like
totally.
as long as I can be. You know, like I want to, in my mind, like I want to have a life that I feel like I've invested in the right things.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to be like a tortured artist.
No,
you know,
I
want to experience the good in life.
Yeah, and like and appreciate our fans and appreciate what I have and all the things. But like I'm really hard on myself. I'm mean to myself sometimes if I don't look out for it. And then I got to catch myself every time and go like, one, get out of your own way. This is good. You liked it the first time.
Yeah.
Like stop thinking, move on. And two, if anybody else was talking to you the way you're talking to yourself right now, you would tell them to leave.
Yeah,
you know?
Maybe not. I feel like I hate confrontations. So.
Right, you would tell them to leave. If they were talking to your kid like that, you tell them to leave. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is like we have to look out for our like our little injuries because they make us do weird shit.
Yeah.
And like, if we don't become more and more conscious of our own shit, you know, we injure ourselves. At some point, we just start injuring ourselves.
Yeah. I've noticed sometimes, like, the more I tell myself one thing, like, you know, negative things, the more I just see it, like, start to manifest in real life.
Same.
It just kind of happens in my, I don't know, like, for whatever reason, I'll just keep, you know, if I'm, like, just super hard on myself about one thing, it slowly ends up being a thing.
Yeah, we find evidence and proof of our beliefs.
Yeah.
So if I go into the world believing anything, I'm going to find proof.
Yeah.
If I go into the world thinking like people don't like me, and I'll find proof. Like plenty of people.
I'll be like, wait, that guy,
There's a lot of takers on both. If I go in the world and go, I make friends everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I do kind of make friends everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Those are my extremes.
Yeah.
I'm either making friends everywhere I go or I'm like, nobody likes me. Which is terrible, but it's true. It's funny because like I think a lot of us musicians are like this. I think we're like injured from something.
Yeah.
You know, we were little or wherever.
Yeah.
That's real. At some point we got to work on it and like figure it out. And like, and then we kind of we injure ourselves a little bit when, you know, something too good happens for us. You know, we get this success or we meet this nice person who loves us. We start fucking with it because we're like, that's too good for me.
The good things don't happen to me.
Shitty old me. And you're like, no, actually, like, let's track back across the life. Things have been going pretty good now for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the tortured artist because we generally, I think, started doing this out of pain. Most of us all come from some kind of pain.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to shake that sometimes. But the kids are really good for that. They're like a shock to the system.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a reset.
It's like the coldest ice bath that you can get in, and it just
you do
is
ice
like,
baths?
no, I can't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they hurt.
Are you in LA?
I moved to Atlanta, but we're moving back.
Okay.
In like a month because we moved to the middle of the country and
got a little bored.
Yeah.
Should I come back to LA?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought you were maybe in Nashville or Atlanta.
Yeah. We were gonna go every time we thought about moving to Nashville, a tornado hit.
Ooh.
So I think that there's a high power telling me like
LA.
Maybe stay away from the
Do you miss Australia?
I miss my parents, but
Yeah.
I miss parents and like what I knew as a kid, but
Yeah,
now
but
I'm just
home's
so
where the
I'm
heart
just
is.
so here now. Yeah.
You got a family.
Yeah,
That's how,
dude.
that's
Like
how
wherever she is, like wherever my daughter is, I'm
Doesn't
like
matter.
that's where I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
You know, and every time I think about going back to Maryland, I'm always like, we go back in the summer sometimes. It's great. But like
Home just became way less physical for me.
It's
and
not physical at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even care where we live as long as they're happy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It just became like a more of like a feeling than a place.
And how do you feel with the record? Do you feel relieved?
No.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Okay. What are you the most nervous about?
All of it.
All of it. Like
Yeah.
You couldn't even tell me.
Like the list would be too long. Yeah,
Right.
no.
It's a general
I
anxiety.
don't want to because like I don't want to like deter people from listening to it because of my anxiety about it. But like, I mean, it's scary. But like, I hope I made something cool.
Oh, you did make something cool.
Okay. Well,
I like it.
I made a song called "Cool."
I like it though. I think it's great.
Yeah, thanks.
I think you should be really proud of it.
Yeah,
and
I am for sure.
Yeah.
I'm proud of like myself for like doing stuff and not letting myself get stuck
Yeah.
in my own way. Like I'm really proud of myself for that.
What would your like idea of success for this record be? What would you be happy with?
I think it's just I think it's internal for me. I think it's like if I can look at the thing I made and like look at the way that I represented it and went about making this and be proud of it. I think that's sort of what I'm looking for at this point.
I like really consider, and I make it a point to say this, and maybe I've said this to you before, and maybe I haven't, but I've definitely said it to Ashton because he was here like probably a year and a half ago on the show. And I maybe have said it to Luke before, but I consider
Not to Callum. You haven't said it to Callum.
I didn't say it to Callum because he wouldn't talk to me.
Okay, that's
He
fair.
wouldn't say a word.
He's too.
Or I didn't hear him.
Yeah.
He's still angry at me. I can't find him. But I said experience we got to have over the years working with you guys was a very like rich part of our legacy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We consider it to be something that like we cherish.
Yeah.
Like it's a proud moment.
Yeah.
In our like legacy.
That's amazing.
And so like to be connected to your band, the story of Good Charlotte is all these things. And like 5 Seconds of Summer is a part of
we kind of
that.
come into that story at some
it's
point.
like for us, it's a proud moment for us.
Yeah.
Like we're very proud of it. We're very proud of you guys.
That's awesome.
We're very like proud to know you guys. We're very proud to be like connected to you guys musically. And like we're always watching you guys, like rooting for you and going like, what are they doing next? You know? So if it's a solo project or what, you know, a family.
Yeah. Dude, I think there's like a few moments there's like two of the biggest moments of our life would have been She's Kinda Hot and Amnesia. You know, those are up there of moments that were like very pivotal for us that like, you know, would obviously wouldn't have happened without you guys. So I think
but vice versa, like you guys shared your success with us. You know what I mean? And you didn't have to do that.
I don't know if we did as much as it was you for us. You know what I mean? Like
I think it's mutual. I think it actually
maybe it's a little bit lopsided.
Well,
you gave us more.
I think it was like a mutual, like we both wanted to be there.
Yeah.
We didn't want to like work with you guys and just shit out a song.
Right. Yeah.
Like we wanted to make something that felt special.
There was a relationship. We were like,
and I felt like in the process over the years of working with you guys, like when we were all in the room, we all cared.
Yeah.
Like we were trying really hard.
I always felt that about you guys.
To like make something.
I always felt that it was never just like popping in, trying this and then dipping out. It always felt like were invested in us and you wanted to see us succeed and have these like moments.
It was important to us because you guys invited us into a special space that like some people don't take it as like it's sacred to us. Like a band is sacred.
Yeah.
Like you have like backstage, we have our shit and we work it out, but like it's sacred ground.
Yeah.
Nobody else can come in here and like work. Like if we're working some shit out or Billy's mad at me or he's this or he feels like this, like we're back here and this is sacred and we always work it out and we go on stage and we all play our roles. We play our positions. And backstage, we come back and we're like a family. We're working shit out. And sometimes families are shit is uncomfortable and dysfunctional and sometimes it's amazing.
Yeah. And
all my best memories and worst are with the band. They're my family.
For
like,
sure.
It's the only familial thing I have in my life, like really, like deeply rooted familial thing is these guys.
Yeah.
We started in high school and now it's crazy. So we're all in our 40s and we all have kids and we see each other.
Start out as like a bunch of degenerates and then suddenly those are the guys that you have the best memories with in your whole life.
Yeah. And the worst. Like there were whole eras of like, of dysfunction. There was times where we didn't speak. There was times where we didn't know how to express like how we were feeling. We stayed together and we got through it. And on the other side of it, like we love each other because that's what family is. You know, so, and we did the Madden Brothers record and we do, you know, me and Benj were all over the place. So like we have all of these moments. So to come into another band and be in the like, the bubble with you guys, we always took it really seriously. Yeah. And like, and we've always,
for sure,
we've always like believed in you guys as a band. You're a great band.
Yeah.
You know, so you're never going to not be creating something.
Yeah.
And whether it's with each other or separate, you've got to like know that you have to do it.
Yeah.
Like you had to make this record. You would not have been happy if you didn't make this record.
For sure. Yeah. And I think that's like what is like we were talking earlier about like growth is like when you learn that and you realize that like allowing that freedom creates something better for everybody. Yeah. Then that's when you know, you want to, you know, I want to watch everyone succeed. I want to watch everyone do, you know, whatever they want to do at all times. Like I've supported the shit out of, you know, Ash and Luke's stuff. Like I loved it and was always along for it. Like, and I, you know, I was like a fan and I'd like go and like watch, you know, stuff of it and like the live performances and stuff, you know, because I just think that's how I want to support, you know, and it's just like rooting for your best friend. And, you know, it does confuse me a bit that there are some bands that like don't want to see that for their band's
That's all just-
bandmates and stuff. You know,
That's
it's-
all just dysfunction.
Yeah.
It's all just like it's like fear and dysfunction, and like all of us have insecurities about something.
Yeah.
And like with bands, sometimes we act it out on each other.
Yeah.
In moments.
Yeah.
And like when we get past it and we get to healthy places where like actually we all started together and this was a really good thing. Like we were excited and like we loved being together, especially like in those early days where we were getting our first show or the first tour where someone was like, we're taking you on tour, whatever, like excitement. And I think like we also then have to all grow up together and become like men and figure life out while we're doing this.
That part's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But I do think that like what I know about you guys is you're good people.
Yeah.
And I know you love each other. And I know that like you want each other to be happy. And so anything that's ever gotten in the way of that has always probably just been like this temporary dysfunction.
Yeah. Yeah. It
And
feels
it's the
like
same
that.
with us.
Yeah.
Like anything that ever got in the way was a temporary, like dysfunctional piece we had to figure out.
Yeah.
However long it took us was more like us all trying. And like, that's the greatest story about the band is like that we did try and we got
Overcome.
Yeah.
Like when you overcome it. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's a real success because I think you're going to make a lot of music. I think you're going to do another record and you're going to fuck around and like, you're never going to stop like wanting to make music and express yourself.
Yeah.
And you may even go back to a 5 Sus record and be able to do that a little different from this experience. But you may go over here because you were friends with that guy and you were in that studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Just
you fuck
think the
around.
way that things. Yeah. Yeah. I think that is the beauty of like exploring as an individual and then being able to like create as this, you know, part of a group.
My only advice would be to be open to the like winding road of it because
It's
this
definitely not a straight line.
this
Yeah.
record might actually be about the next one or this might be about that. You never know like where the journey's taking you and what moments the world will recognize or not, but like hang in for the artist development part of it where you're like just doing what you think is cool, doing what you like, expressing yourself. And like, you're going to have moments on this record that feel like wins and you're going to have things that feel like losses.
Yeah.
That's just the journey.
Yeah, for sure. I
And-
feel like I'm going to try and embrace all of it.
Yeah.
You know, and like really have that as something that I don't necessarily, you know, get to experience within the band in terms of like developing. You know, it's like it's different in the band because we kind of like create a thing together and you like, you know, it's like you birth this thing together and then you equally, you know, some albums it's different people and, you know, it ebbs and flows, but like I really want to try and embrace this, like this is something that I created and like some parts of it are very imperfect, some things are great, some things maybe suck a little and I want to try and like be here for all of it and stop trying to like shy away from some of that or let it kind of, you know, defeat me or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's just like putting yourself out there,
yeah.
just continuing to,
Yeah.
because you're a really talented musician
Thanks.
and you're a good songwriter. And so I just think it's exciting to me to see people make shit and
Yeah.
just make shit. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and just put it out there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are scared to. I just think it makes you more a complete artist every time you do it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, every time you release anything, or not even just release, every time you create something, you learn like over and over again, you know? And I think that's like the crazy part about what we do in terms of like being a creative for a living is like there's no linear, like you don't get better because it's all subjective.
Yeah.
So you just are constantly like trying to learn and like understand, you know, for me, I had to, you know, understand that like to make better stuff, it was never technical. And
Yeah.
to me, I felt for a long time that like to create something good, it had to like technically be good and it had to come from a place of like, you know, all the right, you know, sounds and the right, you know, words and like, you know, I was just so hypercritical on all of these things until I had this realization of like, man, this is all subjective. And the only thing that like the reason why you listen to music, well, for me anyway, is like, I want to hear the person, like who's making the thing and like how, in what way does it represent them? And I think that none of that, you know, actually this is a bit of a full circle moment, is because the thing that I like about my favorite artists is like the humanness. And that's something that C-3PO, your robot who's going to greet me, is never going to have. I mean, maybe they might program him pretty good, but I don't think his music is going to be very good.
Yeah,
and
the music is not going to be
if
good.
in 100 years they flash back to this moment in black and white and he's, you know, multi-platinum
with
diamond
subtitles.
selling artist. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, just finding the like humanness and the imperfection, I think was something that like, it really, really helped me embrace the like disarrayed, you know, human that I am, and like try to find the creativity in that.
What gives you freedom?
Yeah, I think I was just like, man, I was like, making this album better isn't going to be having a better synth sound. That's, you know, whatever. That's not what people want. It's just like, how does it make them feel? What does that tell them about me?
Making this record, I think, is a important part of your artistic journey and like what you do in the future. This is critical.
Yeah.
I'm happy you made it.
Yeah.
I'm happy you came and talked about
Thanks, man. This was really fun.
Congrats on the baby.
Thanks.
You're going to be a teenager before you know it.
Yeah. Congrats on the robot.
Not yet, but soon. So you'll be the first.
There's no down payment.
You'll be the first picture. I'll send you the picture. As soon as I get that
greeting.
thing. Michael, thanks, dude.
Thanks, man.
Love you.
Thanks for having me. Love you too.
Thank you for watching Artist Friendly. If you like this episode, please make sure you hit the like button, you follow the channel, and please share it with your friends. We appreciate the support. That is why this show exists, because you listen to it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
I don't wanna have